So you just have to bear with us. Kia ora, thank you. Please be seated. Me nui tātou. Let us bow our heads. He honore, he kororea ki te atua. He maungorongo ki te mata o te whenua. He whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Hanga e te atua he ngā kou hau ki roto ki tina o mātou. Whakatongi e tau wairua tapu, hei āwhina, hei tohu tuhu i a mātou. Amen. Thank you. North Shore Area Commander, Pastor Name. Relieving District Commander Steve Kehoe, Consul Choi, and National Strategic Ethnic Advisor Rakesh Naidu. So welcome to you all, and thank you very much for taking part in our ceremony today. And to all of you who have made the effort to be here, also a warm welcome. Tēnā koutou katoa. Nau mai haere mai ki tēnei o tātou whare ture ki te raki pai whenua, e ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā karanga taha maha o te motu haere mai anō. Ka poroporo ake ki te hunga kua whakangaro atu i te kitenga kanuhi a rā ki ngā whanaunga kua ngaro i wainga i a tātou. Nō reira, ka whakaara ake e kimi hea ranga hau e kai kei hea koutou ngā ngaro nei aua kua riro pia ki pai rau, ki te huinga o te kahurangi kauti atu koutou e koro mai kui mā. Kuhuri hea ki ngā kanuhi o rātou mā hau mai whakatau mai. We spoke about whether we should have a day to recognise his position and recognise his appointment as the North Shore Ethnic Liaison Officer, and he wasn't very keen about that. Being the very shy person that he is. But I said, no, we are going to have one because his position is so important to our communities and so important to us, our office, and how we function in the Māori Pacific Ethnic Services Group. And so today, here we are. And thank you, Jason, for agreeing. I was going to have one anyway, so but to you all, thank you for taking your precious time out of your day to be here to support Jason and also our group. Nō reira, kia koutou, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai anō tātou. We have some speakers today. Our lineup, we can start with our lineup. Inspector Shannon Gray, North Shore Area Commander. Thank you, Shannon.
Kia ora, Richard. People present today, Acting District Commander Steve Kehoe, Pastor Nam, welcome, Consul Choi from the Korean Consulate, welcome, Inspector Naidu, thank you for taking the time and the effort to travel from Wellington to attend today. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the Waitemata District Ethnic Response Group, welcome today, thank you for taking the time to come along, other police staff that are present here to support Constable Park, and of course, most importantly, the man of the hour, Jason Park, his family, friends and other members of his church. Thank you again for taking the time and the effort to come here today. The role of ethnic liaison officer that Jason has been appointed to is seen as a district role. However, most of his time, and certainly if I have my way, will be spent working with the North Shore ethnic community. So therefore it is highly appropriate that I stand here and offer a very warm welcome as the Area Commander North Shore to Jason and congratulate him on the appointment to his new role. Excuse me. As most of you will know, the vision of New Zealand Police is safer communities together. And what that vision recognises is that as an organisation we can't achieve crime prevention and prevention and road trauma by ourselves. We need the assistance of other government and non-government organisations, as well as community groups and community as a whole to achieve those outcomes. So Jason's roles I see as very important in that, and that he will be a key contact and liaison with members of the ethnic community, and he will build and support those partnerships with the ethnic community and police to achieve those outcomes together. In that role, Jason will be, as I said, a key contact and will drive education that's specific to the ethnic community, safety advice, and working together with the other liaison officers, his fellow liaison officers, to ensure that we are touching all corners of the community, and in particular the ethnic community. I've actually in the past had the privilege of supervising Jason or overseeing his work when he was an officer on the Auckland motorways, and I've seen Jason at work. He's a very enthusiastic, very productive member of police, and I'm sure he will bring a lot of that passion, enthusiasm and work ethic to his new role. So welcome aboard, Jason. I look forward to regular meetings with you and seeing you grow the relationships between police and the ethnic community so that we can achieve those outcomes that I've spoken about. Thank you. So welcome aboard.
Good morning. I'm Consul Choi from Korean Consulate. Inspector Gray, Inspector Naidu, the Korean Consulate in Auckland. I would like to congratulate Mr. Jason Park on his appointment as a new North Shore Ethnic Liaison Officer. Auckland is one of the most culturally diverse cities, and it is very important to have an officer with a cultural competence and multicultural understanding. And in this regard, I really wanted to express thanks to NG Police to embrace the true nature of the diversity through cooperation and communication and respect. I'm confident that Mr. Park will be a good bridge between NG Police and the culturally and linguistically diverse communities in North Shore. And will contribute to facilitating and strengthening the links between them. I wish him all the best and good luck with your new role. Thank you for inviting me and then allowing me to celebrate this meaningful occasion. Thank you.
Can I now ask Grace, you to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Ethnic Reference Group? Just for your information, we have an Ethnic Reference Group which meets quarterly, and we also have a diverse members in that group which contribute from their corner of the community and report to us, because that way we can find out exactly what's happening and have solutions to some of the issues that are facing our ethnic communities, Māori and Pacific communities. So without further ado, thank you guys.
안녕하세요. Good morning, everyone. I'm Grace Ryu, a member of Waitemata Police Ethnic Reference Group and also Ethnic Panel for the Auckland Council. It is a great honor to deliver a message of congratulations to Jason and Police Service today on behalf of our reference group. We are very pleased to have Jason on the board, and it's perfect day. It's a rainy day because rainy means blessing in our culture. So hopefully it's a really blessing day for you. And also I'm sure you will have an exciting journey with our reference group and also our community. As you know, Consul Mr. Choi already mentioned that ethnic communities brings beautiful colors of cultural heritages. You migrant, they are working so hard to settle down in their new country in here, and also their children, they are studying very hard to achieve their goal. You know, Lydia Cole, yeah, we are very proud of her. Yeah, beautiful, heritage of our, migrant, children. And also, in migrant refugee, in their life, health and safety is a really important part of their life and also our life. And migrant and refugee community need more attention because they still have language barriers and cultural barriers to accessing New Zealand systems. I do appreciate Waitemata Police and its leadership, providing ethnic liaison officers. They provide significant effort to connect police and our local communities. I have known police liaison officers for many years, nearly 7 years. They are so friendly. They are not scary at all. They are very friendly. They are very responsible. When I contact them, they respond within few seconds. I was so surprised that, especially Min Lee was so quick. Yeah, and also Raymond also, contact me and all the time and give me updated news. I really appreciate, and they have a warm heart toward ethnic communities. And I met Jason last time, just one time. But however, I was very impressed by him. He showed his commitment, and he showed his compassion. He showed his family photo, and also he showed his vision toward the community. So I believe that Jason is the right person to carry out the Waitemata Police, and also all the best for your wonderful journey. Thank you.
I happen to be part of the selection panel that Jason was the applicant of, and I have to say he interviewed brilliantly. We thought he was really up to it. But anyways, I don't want to get your head grow too big, Jason, but he's a superb applicant, and really pleased to have him on board. The next speaker, I'm going to ask Inspector Rakesh Naidu, but before he gets up, Rakesh is the first ethnic inspector in New Zealand, and we're very proud of him, and he's really flourished in his role. He's out everywhere and in the districts, and keeps a very tight ship in terms of his liaison officers. Probably too tight sometimes, but we won't go there. But I can say that he is a dedicated part of our Māori Pacific Ethnic Services Group and represents PNHQ. So, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Annyeonghaseyo, and welcome to everyone. My acknowledgements first to our acting district commander, Steve Keo. Steve, really appreciate you from a leadership perspective taking the time out to come and support somebody like Jason. The district commander's position is the most powerful for this area, and it's a status of this occasion that we have somebody of Steve Keo's who is relieving in that role to come. So thank you, Steve, for making it. Our Inspector Shannon Gray, who's the boss, I guess, of Jason. Shannon, I've always had the deepest respect for you because I went to Henderson. I started my policing in Henderson, and you always look at colleagues that will guide you and that you can, that you look at who you can follow in your career. So, Jason, I just want to, Shannon, I just want to express my gratitude for you being here, and also wish you well in your role and as the supervisor of Jason. Pastor Nam, so nice to see you that you could come out and actually support him from a religious perspective. It's important that we have police support around us, but family and spiritual support is equally as important. So our deep acknowledgements to you. Consul Choi, our relationship with Korea has flourished from a New Zealand perspective. Our bilateral exchange with diplomatic police, as well as visits to Korea by our Prime Minister. I know we are negotiating a free trade agreement. We also have significant sharing, you could say, sometimes in crime and victimization with our Korean community, and we've always facilitated those discussions. We know that there's always bureaucratic processes that need to be followed, but when it comes to resolving issues, we've always relied upon your office to navigate our way through some of that. So we thank you for your presence here representing the Korean people on this important occasion. So we're really great to see you. Grace, you're sitting in the audience because we need somebody to, from a Maori perspective, you need to be there to bring all these guests, so you're representing all of them. I think that is, you sit on the Auckland People's Advisory Panel reporting to the Mayor, as well as you work on our advisory board, but you work with an MSD. And I know how much the Korean community look to you for their guidance and support. So wonderful to see you here, and particularly bringing all our visitors and all our Korean communities here and being with them so you can afi them in that way. And my acknowledgements to Inspector Willie Fanene, who is my colleague from Police National Headquarters, who looks after the whole Pacific portfolio, and his team, that of Senior Sergeant Richard Kappa, my colleague Raymond Wong, and all my other police colleagues that are here. Joe, so nice to see all of you. Turning to the occasion itself, our Acting Commissioner Viv Rickard was last week Monday. We had the Diversity Forum at Te Papa, and during his speech he was busy talking, and then somebody shouts out, "Oh, Lydia Ko has just won the Canadian tournament." And this is, a big speech. There's about 400 people in the hall, and this person is piped out. And our Acting Commissioner said, "Yes, I told them that they must shout that out," because he was following it. And what we do know is that our Korean community is the third largest community now amongst our Asian communities now. And here on the shore, they're the largest community. So they're a growing community, but not only a growing community, they are a flourishing community. A community that is being successful and that is entering into all areas and avenues of life now. It's no more that our migrant communities are just setting up a little business somewhere or maybe driving some taxis. But we know that they are doctors, that they are lawyers, that they are dentists, they are policemen and women, they are owning shops, they are packing groceries, they are cutting grass, they're doing everything. So they're engaging in all different avenues of society, including sitting in the Auckland Council. And when we look at the roles of liaison officers, and we've talked about bridging the gap or bridging the role between police and community, they're actually a constant. Police will, from time to time, we have different focuses, and we have different, you could say, programs or philosophies or that may come about. And the liaison officer is meant to really keep that waters calm with you all and help you navigate you through some of the processes, and also navigate police through engaging with you. So it's a critical role that it plays. Jason is now the senior most Korean officer for the New Zealand Police. Min Lee was the first officer to join New Zealand Police from the Korean ethnicity, and Jason now takes over that mantle. It is something that he will not only be looked to by his community, but by his colleagues within the organization. And that is, Jason, I must say that you will do that with the calm demeanor that you have, and I'd say that you'd be an example to all of them. When I look at your family members here, Esther, Jamie, Timothy, Mamua, when families migrate to New Zealand is a country that is not bordered by another country. We're two islands that sit in the bottom of the Pacific. So it's not that one day people woke up and decided, well, I need a better life, I'm actually going to cross over into the next country. Or we belong to the European Union, we can just drive to some other country. People have to make a conscious decision to travel all the way to New Zealand. It's got to be, and it's a thought process that they go through. And I want to go and live in New Zealand. So we've got to take a flight, buy a ticket, get a visa, go through the whole process. And as parents, as migrants, when you are looking for a better life for your family, you're probably thinking, well, I need to go to a particular country where I can do the better for my family, maybe have better things that I didn't have. And you know, Jason, I'd say your father is late now, but your mom's here. I think as parents, when they look to their children and they look at what will they become in their lives and what they will contribute to society, I'd say that your parents right now are looking at you with a sense of deep pride for what you've accomplished. Is that you have come here in 1995, you know, your language skills, I would say, would have needed improvement. You've been in a different country with different laws, different viewpoints. You stood out. But you made the effort to actually learn the culture, learn the language, integrate, and then take on one of the biggest challenges that you can have, which is join an organization like the New Zealand Police, where you're going to be dealing with all types of people, and even within the organization, you're very much a minority. And with that, you've actually tackled that and you've been successful at it. So from a parent's perspective, if they were to look at their son, they would be actually very proud of what you have done. So I'd say good on you, Jason, for that, for being a good son to your parents. As your wife and your children that are sitting here today, you know, they can look to you as a father that is setting an example not only for himself and for his parents, but for his community. And as children, when we grow up and we look to our parents to give us those guidance in life, to be examples, I'd say that they have a real shining light that they can pin their hopes and their futures to. So on behalf of your family and your kids, let me express their gratitude to you as well. You know, we have in Wellington, I've mentioned this a couple of times, when I walk up to work, there's a saying on the Court of Appeal windows. It says, you know, it's the spirit, not the form of the law that keeps justice alive. And when Grace was talking about, you know, being able to pick up the phone and you'd know that Jason is there, he'd get back to you. And of course, with work-life balance, we've got to manage all those things. But the point being is that how we can have all the framework of the law, but if the spirit is not there in how we connect with our community and engage with them, then there's something that's wrong. And when you're sitting down and having your meetings with our senior managers, you should not feel scared to speak your mind if there's issues in your community that you feel that need to be addressed. If there's something wrong or we are doing some process that is not culturally appropriate, you need to advise us and you need to speak up about that. Because that's what I'd say your area commanders and your district commanders would be expecting from you. Do it in a nice way, but make sure that you keep that spirit of what your community wants and be open and honest and to let them know. I mean, you're joined here by your friends and your neighbors, and it's so nice to see you. And when you look and say, oh, you know, who's these non-Koreans in the room today that have come out to support police? And so, you know, I guess it epitomizes the type of person he is, that he's actually taking the time to get to know his neighbors and his friends. I mean, how many of us take the time to knock on our neighbors' doors and introduce themselves? So really, really happy that you could have come here to support. Finally, Jason, I just want to express the acknowledgement from our acting commissioner at the moment, who is Bill Rickard. Yesterday, I mentioned to him we're coming here, and of course Superintendent Wallace Omaha, who could not be here. They wish you well in your role and all success.
Thank you.
Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa, and kamsahamnida.
It's not about me today, but I'm Senior Sergeant Richard Kappa, and I oversee the liaison officers for the district. But moving right along, there's a Māori saying that which goes like this: Ka hori te kumara e kōrero ana ki tōna ake reka. What that means is the kumara doesn't speak of its own sweetness. Now, this is probably appropriate today because I'm not expecting Jason to come up here and tell you all how good he is. But we had a discussion about probably what we expected, and just some thank yous to people that he chooses to. But can I also thank our senior managers here today, our community, for supporting this kaupapa, because it wouldn't happen without their total support. And so thank you again. And my direct report, Inspector Whata Whanene, his continued support of our liaison officers, community and youth, alcohol harm reduction team, and who else was there? And victims. So thank you all again. Thank you for our council representative, Tay, for being here. And Munga's still on his way, I think. but to all his friends and whānau that have made today special, thank you. So can I, without further ado, ask the man of the hour to say.
There will be two speeches actually, one in English and one in Korean. So please bear with me. Thank you. 안녕하세요, 반갑습니다. Hello and welcome. I would like to express my thanks and appreciation for everyone coming here today. I have never had a huge and warm gathering like this in my life before, especially for myself. Having said that, I cannot say that I'm feeling the pressure because you're all here just for me. When I first walked into the community team office down ground floor, I was introduced to liaison officers. I was busy counting all those numbers. And being the newest member and the least experienced police officer at the office, I would be lying actually if I said I did not feel any pressure. Nevertheless, I'm privileged to work for this nice organization, and I'm proud of who I am as a New Zealand police officer. I believe it is not just each police officer, but every individual in the community that can make our community much safer. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all senior officers. I would mention all those names, members of MPE, our team, and other fellow colleagues in the police. Also, I cannot express enough thanks for all my friends, all my neighbors, who have always been there to help me whenever I need it. And of course, I thank you to my wonderful family, including my mother, and especially for my wife, Esther, who has always been there to support me no matter what. Thank you once again for being here for me. I hope you enjoy your time. 이번 노셔 경찰에서 소수 민족에 관한 일을 맡게 된 박승욱입니다. 바쁘신 와중에도 여러분 이렇게 자리에 와주셔서 대단히 감사합니다. 특히 한국 경찰을 대표하고 계신 형지 영사관의 최 형사님, 한인의 관계자 여러분들, 또 저희 한일교회 남목사님, 또한 그 교회 여러분들, 또한 교민사회 매스미디어를 대표하고 계신 관계자 여러분들, 그 외 오클랜드 지역사회를 위해서 노력하시는 여러 지인 여러분들께 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 또한 저희 가족에게도 고마움을 표현하고 싶습니다. 제가 오늘 이 자리에 설 수 있게 되기까지는 여러분들의 성원과 도움 없이는 가능하지 않았을 것입니다. 많은 여러분들께서 자리해 주시고 지켜봐 주셔서 부담을 느끼는 것도 사실입니다. 우리의 지역사회는 그 안전을 위해서 경찰보다는 우리 각 개인이 각자의 책임을 다하고 지역사회를 위해 최선을 다할 때 그 안전이 이루어질 수 있다고 말씀드릴 수 있겠습니다. 여러분 각자께서 한인으로서 긍지와 자부심을 가져주시고 더욱더 안전한 커뮤니티를 위해서 힘써주시기 바랍니다. 다시 한번 이 자리에 참석해 주신 여러분들께 감사의 말씀드립니다. Thank you.
Amongst us all, and we really want them to promote their diversity, their languages and culture, so we can all know each other a little bit better, for starters. So thank you, Jason, for that. Appreciate that. I'd like to now ask Pastor Dan to come up and say some words and bless our kai, which I hope.
After praying, I just one thing I would like to say is that it's wonderful, especially for me, to see all the senior managers here. And also would like to say for the Jason, I'm very proud of you. All the best for your new position and new job. Yeah. Let us pray. 하나님 감사합니다. 우리 제이슨 파, 우리 박 집사님 훈련받고 이렇게 귀한 자리에 서서 보다 귀한 지역사회 사람들을 섬길 수 있는 새로운 직책을 주신 것을 감사합니다. 하나님 성실과 사랑과 탁월한 분별력을 허락해 주셔서 필요에 있는 많은 사람들을 주님의 사랑으로 섬겨갈 수 있는 귀한 믿음의 아들로 우뚝 서가도록 도와 주시옵소서. 함께 섬기는 우리 노쇼 모든 경찰들 주님께서 복에 복을 더하사 이들을 통해서 우리 사회가 보다 아름답고 건강하고 안전한 사회가 되어져 갈 수 있도록 도와 주시옵소서. 하나님, 또 귀한 식물들을 저희들이 함께 나눕니다. 준비한 손길들을 축복하시고 또 건강을 허락해 주셔서 남은 생에 멋지게 살아가는 우리 모두가 될 수 있도록 도와 주시옵소서. 감사하고 우리 주 예수 그리스도의 이름으로 기도하옵나이다. 아멘.
안녕하세요. 오클랜드 영사관의 최대규 영사입니다. 오늘 노쇼 경찰서에서 우리 한인 경찰 중에 한 분인 박승욱 경찰관이 아시안 연락관으로 처음 근무를 시작하게 됐습니다. 아시안 연락관으로 일하면서 우리 교민 커뮤니티하고 이 뉴질랜드 경찰이 원활하게 잘 소통할 수 있도록 중요한 역할을 할 것 같습니다. 여러분들께서도 이 박승욱 경찰관이 그 역할을 잘 다할 수 있도록 도와주시기 바랍니다. 그리고 교민 여러분들께서 교민 사건 사고 관련 또는 이쪽 경찰과 협조하실 일이 있으시면 저희 영사관이나 박승욱 경찰관에게 연락해 주시면 많은 도움을 받으실 수 있을 것 같습니다. 감사합니다. 한 번 더.
안녕하십니까. 이번에 노쇼 경찰에 소수민족 관련된 업무를 맡게 된 박승욱이라고 합니다. 여러분들과 인사하게 돼서 매우 반갑습니다. 경찰에 근무한 지는 한 거의 9년째가 됐고요. 일반 일을 맡기보다는 이제는 저희 그 한인들 관련된 여러 가지 일과 그 외에 기타 소수민족들 관련된 일을 맡게 됐습니다. 일을 맡은 지는 한 일주일 정도 되는데 여러 가지 제가 또 배워야 되고 교민 여러분들께서 저한테 조언을 해주셔야 될 일이 되게 많을 거라고 생각됩니다. 한인 경찰이 또 이렇게 이제 제대로 근무하게 되니까 여러분들께서도 서슴지 마시고 조언을 주시거나 저희 경찰이 아셔야 될, 저희 경찰들이 알게 될 일이 있으면 알려주시고 저도 또한 여러 가지 또 노력해서 여러분들께서 만족할 만한 기대가 될 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다. 감사합니다. First stop, done it.
아버지가 2002년 때부터 경찰 근무를 시작했어요. 큰 목표 같은 게 아빠가 맡은 일을 잘 해낼 수 있다는 생각은 나를 믿고 아빠 언제나 응원하고 있을게. 감사합니다.
태연이 영어로 해도 괜찮아.
Hi, we are very pleased to have Jason Park as the new ethnic liaison officer for North Shore, coming to work in our team, the Maori Pacific and Ethnic Services team for Waitemata Police Districts. I'm sure he will be a good, very, very good asset to the team as well as to the community out there. And I'm sure the community people will be very pleased to have him around as well. Thank you.